So first of all, is everyone signed up to join me for the Shadow Ghost training on Saturday? Because of all the trainings I've ever done, this may be the most important, certainly perhaps the most unusual. But I've said this to some of you, we're headed into filling up the next lab, the Get It Done lab, which is our 90-day productivity sprint. I was looking at all our marketing materials and our sales materials. While it is true that I still want you spending 15 minutes every single day on something that matters to you, and I do believe that will shift everything in your life, I just couldn't get behind the whole rah, do more. Sherry's processing her grief, MK's had a week. Even when you're feeling blessed and full, there's a lot going on. And I just, coming out of this pandemic time, we've all had so much happen financially and personally and physically and globally and politically. And did I say financially? Because it's been a lot. And I just thought it was time to talk about it, that we can move forward on the goals and dreams that are important to us. And we can be doing the inner work to heal ourselves even more, to really look under the rock, embrace that which feels unembraceable, free up that energy, because that's the thing with keeping things stuck in a closet. It takes a lot of energy to keep them in there. But I feel like if we let them out, there's something really joyful about to happen. So that's what Saturday's training is about. If you go to therealsambennett.com/shadow/goals, please sign up. Please tell your friends to sign up. Right? It would mean a lot to me if you invited people. Plus, if you're there live, you have a chance to win like over $3,000 worth of prizes. I'm just saying. Okay. All right. So this term shadow goals, I kind of made it up. What do you think they are? What do you think your shadow goals are? Or when you think of a shadow goal, what do you think it might be? Amy says something that is not outwardly visible. Yes. Megan says goals you don't want to say out loud for fear of public criticism. Yes. Veronica says, and that's just LA. Exactly. That's just in the San Fernando Valley, for Christ's sake. Julie says it's about cleaning of the house's closets with looking what's in my interior soul closet. Ooh, that's good. What else? A shadow goal, admitting things that aren't great and working in the muck. Good. Yes, you guys are totally getting it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Here are some of the other ways I thought to express it. And you might want to start a little list of these, or like, what are some of the things that I haven't been admitting, that I've been ashamed to say, or not ashamed, but not eager to say because of public criticism? What are in my soul closets? Unfinished relationship conundrums, says Julie. Oh, yes. I like it. I love the word conundrum. Yeah. What are the goals that are not outwardly visible, right? So go ahead and start a list for you. I think of them as goals that we feel like they're too late, right? That they're lost to us. We missed our opportunity. Goals that, yes, we have some shame around. Like, I want this and I feel like I'm not allowed to want it, or I want it and I'm embarrassed about wanting it. Goals around which we have some regret. Like maybe it even happened or it even worked out, but not in a way that makes us feel good about ourselves. We were talking a couple of weeks ago about how to have difficult conversations, and we talked about the phrase, can we discuss the undiscussable? Can we discuss that which has up to now been undiscussable? And I think shadow goals are undiscussable, or have felt undiscussable. I also sort of had this feeling of a goal that has sort of become calcified. Like it's so old, you've been carrying it around for so long, you're maybe not even sure if you want it anymore, but it's stuck, it's heavy, it's contracted and not malleable or permeable. There isn't enough life in it to do anything. Right? Can you think of one like that? It's sort of calcified. Sue says something that will help me change, but challenge others. Yeah. Not just undiscussable, also unthinkable, says June. Yes, what are your unthinkable goals? Ooh, I love that. And maybe there's goals that are sort of buried under something. There's also goals that were somebody else's goals, right? They were never your goal, but they were somebody's goal for you. Maybe something your parents wanted for you, or some cultural conditioning, or something you feel that society expected of you. So you got this goal or dream sort of forced upon you, but it was never really yours. And yet you're still carrying it around. Leah says, so many of my areas fall into this category: health, financial, home life, social life, friends, too many. Yeah. Luckily, Leah, I get that feeling of overwhelm. Luckily, I think I have a way to actually just use one key to unlock the whole door, to unlock the cages of all of them and free up a lot of that energy so that we're going to be able to make a decision, because that's really what it is about, is clarity, right? And going like, you know what? I don't need that goal. I don't care about that goal. I release that goal. Go find your person goal, like fly free, versus the things that maybe you really do still want, no matter how improbable it seems. We all know people who found love at the age of 91 or started a career in their 80s, right? Who was the woman from Titanic who won an Oscar, right? MK says doing theater was a goal for a long time. I miss the community, but do I want to do it again? Keep going back and forth. Does that count? Yes, absolutely. That like ping pong, can't make a decision, can't settle. And Joe says goals that I'm afraid to ask for help with. Feel that? Are there goals that you think you could probably get to if you were willing to ask for help? Yes. Carrie says, I followed my dream, but it became a nightmare. First of all, Carrie, I'm so sorry. But yes, I think we've had that experience too, of thinking we were pursuing one thing and it turned out to be something else entirely, and maybe something awful. So then we start to question our judgment and our intuition and our good sense. Julie says it's one thing you become to terms with when you lose a parent. Which of my goals were theirs and which are really mine? Yeah, it could. Which are the ones that seem impossible? Like, well, that ship sailed. And this last one I wrote down was unsure. Unsure if you even want it, but you still ache. It's sort of the old boyfriend shadow goal, right? Like, I don't really want him back. Like, I don't really want that relationship to have worked out. And yet I still ache for parts of that relationship. I still ache for parts of that person in my life. So you can feel the pent up energy and emotion here. Yeah, it's a lot. Luckily, you have a built-in self-monitoring system. You will never go deeper than you are capable of going. Do you know this, that you cannot hurt yourself with personal development? I don't want to say never, because there are some really negative practitioners out there who will sort of re-traumatize you. But in general, you are driving your own car here. So whatever feelings are coming up, you can totally manage. And if they haven't come up before, it's because you weren't ready before, but you're ready now. You have the capacity. So call up your highest, most spiritually developed self, right? Let's do a little something. I have a poem for you too. We'll see if I have time for it. Let's do a little 90-second process. Those of you who have been with me before have done some of these. It involves doodling, but it is not art. You do not have to make art. No one is looking at how good your drawing is, okay? All right, so I want you to find a little piece of scrap paper. I like index cards myself, and a pen or a marker. Taking a piece of paper of any kind. I'm going to turn on the timer for 90 seconds. I want you just to pick one of your shadow goals, or something that you think a shadow goal might be. You can even pick one of somebody else's shadow goals if you don't want to deal with your own. That's all fine. It all works. You can't fuck this up or do it wrong. You're fine. And I just want you to draw what the feeling is around that shadow goal. Just draw the sense of it. Just draw the feeling of it. Does that make sense? This is not meant to be art. This is meant to be abstract. Just use stick figures, colors, shapes, whatever. This is just your feeling about your shadow goal. What does it look like? What does the feeling about your shadow goal look like on paper? Oh, this is fun. I've never tried this before. Ooh. Weird. Cool. Okay. That was 90 seconds. So I was just trying like a burial mound, like something buried under a bunch of layers. That's where my whiteboard was going, but I've never used it before. So maybe I should have tried that ahead of time. So what came out? What are you looking at here as you're looking at your doodle, your drawing, your depiction of your shadow goal? What are we seeing? What do you notice about it? And just make note. You don't have to share if you don't want to, but do write down a couple of words of like, wow, this makes me feel, buried alive. There was something about my whiteboard drawing that made me remember the Little Prince, right? Remember where he makes the drawing that everyone thinks is a hat? And it's a snake that swallowed an elephant. Leah says, my drawing is like that, but upside down. Nice drawing on the whiteboard. Thank you. It's fun to try new things in public. At the bottom of a steep slope. I love that, Fran. Good. Good. So just notice what you notice. Again, there's no right or wrong way. I mean, it's sort of a given that your drawing is going to be kind of craptacular because we're taking 90 seconds with it. Veronica says, that's so funny. I went to the Little Prince too as you were drawing. Yeah. It's a good book. An anvil being smashed by a hammer. Woo! On an anvil being smashed by a hammer. Yeah. Shirley says, mine morphed from hope and determination through doubt, then fear, then resignation. Big scribbly mess of dark emotion. Yes, Lisa. Yes, I feel that. So now we're going to just do another, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I want you to add in you to this drawing. You are the old friend of this image. Okay. This image, this shadow goal, whatever it looks like, I want you to enter the picture as its old friend, its dear friend. Okay. So where are you? How can you be a part of this? I'm just going to recreate my whiteboard drawing down here because I want to get into it again. And I'm even going to bust out a magic marker. But taking your original drawing, imagining that you are the dear old friend of this being, this entity, this goal. How can you enter it? Right? So if here's my Little Prince burial mound, layers of something, I might enter it as sunshine, right? Maybe that's me being the sunshine. Maybe just warming it up, maybe melting it. I don't know. But it's sweet. I like this a lot better than I like the other one. I mean, I feel more kindly towards it, right? So go ahead and take another 10 seconds to just put yourself in the picture. Hiding. Oh, Amy's hiding. I like it. Good. Yeah. Okay, so that was like 3 minutes. And on Saturday, we're going to do like 90 minutes. So buckle up, Buttercup. Oh, holding the key to unlock the vault. Oh, Amy, that's even better. I kind of like the idea of you hiding in the corner, though. Like there's the shadow goal and you're like, hello, I see you. But yeah, what do you notice as you are the dear old friend of this shadow goal? All right, so this is the kind of work that we're going to be doing on Saturday. I think you'll find it really valuable. It's totally free. Julie says, added hearts at each stop on the journey. It's about the love I can bring to the process. Oh. Shirley says, I'm holding the hammer. Not sure it was ever my goal to begin with. Leah says, stick figure me under a tree. Off to the side, offering silent support. Interesting. And Leah, I don't know, maybe waiting for the right time. Maybe just enjoying the view. Yeah. And Jo says she's sobbing. Me sobbing, 2 happy tears. Oh, I love that. Colleen says, I added a heart too to bring love and compassion. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe this all isn't as fraught and clenched and awful as we thought it was, right? Maybe bringing some of these shadow goals out into the light and opening up the box and bringing our love and our compassion and our patience and our violence, our hammers, our warmth, our truth can liberate us and can liberate the dreams. can liberate the goals if they weren't yours. Let them go. Let them go find their person. Don't kidnap a dream. Don't be a dream kidnapper. We do have a minute. Are you ready? Here's the new poem that I just wrote the other night. I miss every old boyfriend I've ever had. I miss every audition I didn't book. I miss the calories I counted. I miss the certainty I had that my life would work out. I miss the teeth-gritting, bright-eyed positivity that if I just worked hard enough, I could have what I wanted. But now I know that hard work can't get you love or work or thinner thighs. So much energy spent so thoughtlessly. I never knew how to give anything less than everything. Some sorcery must be witched up so I can go back and tell myself that the love you seek is within and the work will find you, and that thinner anything is a dubious goal indeed. There you go. I miss every old boyfriend I've ever had. Shirley says, thanks for sharing that. My pleasure. My pleasure. And thanks for being a place for me to share it. Yeah, because we're not 20 anymore. If you haven't quite noticed that. Yeah, it can be hard looking back and thinking, what was I thinking? Or I even know what I was thinking and I'm not sure what I was thinking. But we have a chance now to move forward in wisdom and in grace with all that we know and all that is mysterious and not knowing. We have a chance to, what do they say in the Velveteen Rabbit? Become real. Become real. Oh, thanks for the praise on the poems, you guys. That makes me feel happy. Thank you. Thank you. I hope it opens up a door for you. And Jo says she's crying some more. Can feel how deep that went for you. Yeah. Oh, I made myself cry when I wrote it. I'll tell you what, that's one of the ways I know I'm onto something good is when I bust myself up, All right. Well, this was a different kind of fun, right? Sometimes we're very light on these. Sometimes we're very practical. Sometimes we're very forward thinking, but this is a moment to reach back. We're going to clear out the mental soul clutter and see if we can't make a plan for between now and the end of the year, really between now and December 9th, to liberate you, to take off the cement shoes, maybe have a little I'm trying to think of a word that's of releasing. I guess that's what I'm really saying. Releasing. Yeah, releasing. Good. Lisa says, I love a different kind of fun. Yeah, it's a different kind of fun. It's not everybody's idea of fun, but it's our idea of fun. Why? Because we're highly creative people. We're highly sensitive people. We're highly emotional people. The rest of the planet is not really built for us, but here we are. Here we are, going deeper than most people ever go in just 30 minutes. Boom. And yeah, please tell your friends about it. If you've got a friend that, first of all, enjoys this different kind of fun and also might need some, the traditional get it done stuff isn't really working anymore. The old way of succeeding isn't really working anymore. It's feeling a little empty, feeling a little overburdened. It feels like one more thing after another thing. Like that, I was talking to my sister about that, where it's like I have some self-care stuff that's been on my list forever, and it just feels like another goddamn thing to do. Like that's not right. We gotta recenter here. Jennifer says, clearing out the clutter, isn't that okay to be with your own pace, or when does it become fear? That's a great question. And that's really just you. No one can answer that question for you, but I think that's a great inquiry. So I would write out that question and maybe let your non-dominant hand answer it. Right? So if I'm right-handed, I'm going to write the question with my right hand and let my left hand answer. And my left hand is going to look like serial kindergarten handwriting, serial murder, but that's okay. Or just be with that question in meditation or on a walk, whatever you like. But I think that's an important thing to put some kind of monitor on of like, when am I just doing this at an easy, natural pace that feels right to me? And when am I letting my fear make my decisions for me? When am I resisting? When am I procrastinating? When am I putting off? Where am I tensing up when I think about it? You can ask your body that question too. Your body probably knows the truth of that more than your thinking mind. But this is why I love you guys, because you ask such great questions. All right, let's do one more breath to close out this circle. And yeah, think about being with your shadow goal in some way that feels good to you, or at least slightly more peaceful. No need to take action right now. Just be with it. Okay? We'll get into action on Saturday. So let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thanks for being here, everybody. I love seeing you. Bye.